Now in today's video, I am breaking down the legendary Florida Gators offense led by Tim Tebow and showing you how you can bring that power and versatility into college football 25. From 2006 to 2009, Tebow and Urban Meyer created one of the most dominant offenses in college football history, combining Tebow's physicality as a runner with spread formations to keep defenses on their heels. Tebow's ability to bulldoze through defenders while running a spread offense made him a nightmare for opponents, and with Tebow leading the charge, the Gators secured 2 national championships. And now in college football 25, we're going to replicate the same approach. You'll see how we can mix powerful QB runs with spread concepts, putting constant pressure on defenses and making them account for Tebow on every snap. Now, this is part of a larger scheme I'm developing where I break down 6 unique offenses in both Madden 25 and college football 25, all centered around mobile quarterbacks. Each offense is getting its own unique in-depth breakdown. We're running everything out of the Liberty Playbook in college football 25 and Ravens Playbook in Madden 25, allowing you to mix and match elements to create one unstoppable, cohesive scheme. And I'll link the full playlist for the offense down in the description below. Tebow's offense was all about combining the best of both worlds. A powerful QB runs mixed with the spread offense. You're going to have a physical downhill runner at quarterback, but you're spreading defenses out, creating huge running lanes for him to bulldoze through. This is a nightmare for defenses because we can run the ball with Tebow, but then these spread formations also make passing the ball so much easier. Now in this section, we're going to break down how you can bring the same power and versatility to your run game in college football 25. So the first run we are looking at is RPO read bubble and spread HB weak. Now this play all starts with the read option. So we're going to read the edge, and if he crashes down, then we can keep the ball with our QB, get out on the perimeter and do some damage. Now this run also has a bubble built in. So now when you do pull the ball out, the defenders have to respect the pass, and this will give you way more room to pick up yards because they're going to stay out on the bubble player before they actually commit to the QB run and come try to tackle you. Now before the snap, check the bubble side, and if you have the numbers advantage, then you can just flip it out to your receiver and get in behind your blocker, and you should be able to get some really nice yards. Or if post snap you see the defense bite inside, then you can flip it out to the bubble and get easy yards on the edge. Then the other run we can bring to the table here is QB wrap and spread HB weak. This is an incredible straight QB run where you will fake your handoff, then you're going to have a pulling offensive lineman leading the way, and you can get right downhill and pick up some huge yards. This is the type of power QB run that is something the Gators would use a ton to make defenses pay and let Tebow be the engine for their run game. On this run, you really want to be patient and let your O-linemen set up their blocks before you break out from behind them, and this is going to make this run incredibly tough to stop. Then motion is one of the best ways to create confusion for defenses while getting our playmakers in space. By moving players pre-snap, we force defenses to adjust, which can leave gaps for us to exploit. But we're not stopping there. We're also going to package our plays together so they can work off of each other. Now, once defenses overcommit to stopping one look, we'll hit them with the changeup, attacking where they've left themselves vulnerable. These are the things that ran all throughout Tebow's offenses at Florida. So the 3 plays we're going to be looking at here are out of pistol strong slot. We're going to start with the jet touch pass. This is a great play to get one of our best playmakers the ball in space and allow him to be deadly in the open field. Now this play all starts with a motion across the field from our slot, then we can flip him the football, and we're going to have a ton of blockers here that can allow us to pin the defense inside, and we can hit the edge for some huge plays. Then the next play in the sequence will be the triple option, and with this we want to motion our rec across the formation just like jet touch pass, but now this play will turn into an extra blocker for our run game. So once you snap the ball, if the R defender crashes down or he gets blocked, you can keep it with your QB and get out on the edge, and now you can make some big plays on the ground with your quarterback in the designed run game. The next part is you can snap the ball, and if you do get quick pressure in your face from defenders, then you can have the quick pitch out to your running back, and now you can get on the edge with room, and this can become insanely explosive for your offense. This pitch is really where this play becomes next level, and you can get some giant pickups on the ground, and you really want to suck all the defenders into your quarterback and wait as long as possible before you flip it out to your running back, and this can lead to some absolutely giant pickups. Then the third read of the triple option here is the handoff. So after the snap, if you see there's no open grass to the option side, you can just hand it off to your running back going the other way against the flow of the defense, and you can rack up some really easy yards. Then the third play in this sequence is going to be PA levels. Here, come out with your two receivers to the short side of the field, then take your slot and motion him over and put him on a streak, then take your tight end and put him on a flat route, and that is the setup. Now on this play, the motion over will be the same as our run. So this will pull the user and a ton of the other defenders down because they're going to think it's a run. Then we're going to have a play action fake that can also affect the user. And as this happens, our other running back is going to wheel out of the backfield. And if the flat defender stays shallow on the tight end, then you can just drop it into the running back wheel for a huge pickup. This is the go-to route on this play, and he's going to sneak down the field and you can hit him for a ton of big plays. Then if the flat stays back or the user runs with the wheel, then we have two check down options on this play with the drag over the middle or the tight end in the flat, and you can go to either one. Then if you want to take this offense to the next level, you need to check out my website, Scheme Kings. Up right now, I have the second part for this Florida Tebow offense. It is going to be 10 more plays for this scheme that you can combine all the stuff you find in this video, and it is going to make this offense so much more difficult to stop. Then there's another video up called my QB Run School, and it is a 40-minute breakdown of the 7 different styles of QB runs and advanced tips and tricks to make them really the most dynamic way to run the ball in both Madden and College Football 25. Then there will be a ton more videos for this offense that will be only found on Scheme Kings. Then also on the site, you have my spread to run offense where I broke down 3 incredible teams for College Football 25. Then on defense, I have started my first defensive scheme where I'm breaking down Nick Saban's match defense at Bama. It's an incredible way to lock down your opponent based on how the real life Tide dominated in college football defensively, and there is a ton up for the defense so far. So by subscribing to the site, you'll get access to all my Madden 25 content and my College Football 25 content all for one price. And for the site, you can purchase the yearly membership, which will save you $50 over the course of the year. Then I'm also going to be running my mobile QB sale on the site, and this is going to run until September 25th. Use code MOBILE to get 50% off your first month if you do the monthly membership. And if you want to check out the site, I will link it down below. Then the first formation we're looking at is spread HB weak. This is going to be a 2x2 look with slot receivers on each side of the ball. And this is something that the Florida Gators used a ton during his time in Gainesville. And this alignment really forces defenses to cover the entire field, opening running lanes and isolating defenders in the pass game. And this formation features some of the best QB runs in the entire game and allows us to get insanely creative with how we use Tebow. And then it has a really good mix of pass plays, and we have some really good zone beating plays that attack all over the field, then a really good man beater that can be the backbone play for our offense. Now the first play we're looking at here is corner strike, and this is a great man beating play that gives you 4 really good man options that attack all over the field. The 2 C routes on either side are great to attack both sidelines. I like to throw these as the wideout breaks, and he's going to get great separation. Next, if the user leaves the middle of the field, I like to attack that area he left with the slot crosser, and this can turn into some really big plays. Then lastly on this play, we have our whip route underneath, and this is going to be our check down option or our hot read if they bring the blitz. Next up, we have smash corners, and this is a great zone beating play that puts the user in a very tough spot and can lead to some huge plays. Now here we want to start working the wide side of the field, and if the flat stays shallow, you can fire this ball in along the sideline for a big pickup. But then if the user runs to the corner to try to take it away, then we have the running back vertical route coming up behind him that you can throw in front of the deep blue defenders. This route can be very good to just clear in behind the hooks, and as soon as he gets in behind them, you can fire it in. Then if the user is running with the vertical from the running back, we also have the deep dig attacking the middle as a great third option. Then lastly, we have a hitch as a hot versus the blitz or your check down. Next up, we have the Y off trips formation. It is a 3x1 set with a tight end aligned in line on the trip side. This setup creates a balanced attack, combining the power of an inline tight end with the spread look of 3 eligibles on one side. It forces defenses to make tough decisions, whether to focus on our run game or overplay to stop the pass. Now with this formation, we're going to have a super heavy dose of RPOs. There's 3 different ones we can go to in this formation that all attack defenses in different ways. Then for the pass, we're going to utilize a ton of play action to pull defenders out of position so we can push the ball down the the field, and we have ways to attack man and zone coverage. Then to top it all off, we have a really good one-play touchdown that we can go to in this formation as well. Now, a really good RPO we are going to be running in this formation is RPO X glance bubble. Now, come out with your bubble to the wide side, and if at the snap you see the apex defender who is over top of your bubble bite inside on the run, then you can just flip it out to your bubble right away and you should be able to get some really easy yards. Then if pre-snap they have no one over the bubble, then you can also just drop this out right away at the snap, and this is just a simple way to move the ball. The other player we can look to here is the slant on the backside. Now you want to read the linebacker with the M over his head, and if at the snap he bites down on the run, then you can just throw the slant in behind him as he breaks inside. Then the last part of this play is if both the pass plays are covered, then this should give us a numbers advantage in the run game and let us get some really easy yards on the ground. Next up, we have the play PA double post, and this is a great zone beater that does a really good job of pushing the ball down the field for some big pickups. Now this all starts with a play action fake, then our tight end wheeling up the wide side of the field, and the deep blue defender will get run off, and you can drop this in for a huge pickup down the field. This is a go-to route on this play, and it gets to such a tough area for the defenses to try to cover, and it can just lead to some explosive pickups. Then if the user leaves the middle for the wheel or gets pulled down by the play action, then we have the post replacing him over the middle of the field that you can throw in behind the linebackers. Then lastly on this play for hot or check down, we have the shallow cross that you can drop it down to as well. The pistol strong slot formation combines the balance of pistol alignments with the added blocking of a strong side tight end and a slot receiver. And with the running back directly behind the QB, this unlocks a diverse run game full of QB centric runs with great option plays that can lead to some of the most explosive runs you will use all year. Then we have some great play action shots off of this run formation to push the ball down the field, and in this formation I will give you guys ways to beat both man and zone coverage. The next play we have here is fade smash, and this is an amazing play to push the ball down the field versus zone coverage for some big gains. The first thing we look at here is the slot fade, and now we want to wait till he clears in behind the flat, and when the deep blue gets run off, we can throw this as a kind of back shoulder throw in along the sideline for a big pickup. Here we want to pass lead this away to the sideline and keep it away from that deep blue defender. Then if the user leaves the middle, then we have this deep post that will get in behind the linebackers, and you can fire this in for a big pickup. Then for a check down here, you can go to either your running backs underneath. Then the other play we are looking at here is PA boot LT, and this is going to be a great one play touchdown to bomb cover 3 defenses for huge pickups down the field. To set this up, come out with your 2 receivers to the short side, then take your outside receiver and put him on a comeback, then take the tight end and put him on a streak, then finally take your slot and motion him across the field. Now this motion will be the same as our other 3 play pistol scheme we went earlier in the video, so this is going to disguise your bomb perfectly. Now versus cover 3, this play will start with a really hard play action fake, and you kind of roll out, and the middle safety is going to get held inside by the tight end on the streak. Then the backside deep third will get held down by the comeback route, and once the post clears the middle safety, you can bomb them deep over the top for a one play touchdown versus these cover 3 defenses. Now with just what you have here for this Tebow offense, it will be great, but remember there's part 2 of this offense up on Scheme Kings right now that is going to make this game plan way more difficult to stop. But then if you want a full breakdown of the idea behind my full ultimate dual threat QB offense and a deep dive into the personnel we will be using for this scheme, then you need to check out the intro video for this whole offense right here.